What's up everyone? Today in this video I'm going to be going over what Napoleon Hill coined the invisible counsel in his book Think and Grow Rich. This is a meditation that you can do every single day that will create a third brain that contains the IQ of the world's greatest masters, guides, historical figures, and you are in the driver's seat. You control who sits at the council. You are the head of the council. And today we're going to be getting into it. My name is Nick Sweeney. I am the co-founder of Coherence Breathwork. It is in the link in the description below. Let's get into it. So first and foremost, when you are doing this, you want to create a place in your mind. And this is something that actually it gets so real that Napoleon Hill had to stop doing this meditation because it scared him how real it became, and he felt that he was almost losing his mind. And then Abraham Lincoln came to him in a dream and was like, you have to continue doing this meditation because you have a great work to do. And one of those great works that he ended up producing as a result of that dream was the book, the best business book of all time, Think and Grow Rich. And so this is a very potent, very powerful practice, and it begins by creating a place in your mind. And so I have taken this one step further where there is a procedure I go through. When I sit down and I close my eyes, there's a procedure. How do you get to your counsel? Invisible Roundtable Council. How do you get there? For me, it begins on a tropical island surfing with my family. And I'm visualizing myself surfing, having fun, laughing with my siblings, laughing with my family. I see my parents in old age. They're on the beach. They're having a great time. And what I do is I will surf a wave, and I'll visualize this wave. I'm just getting shacked, just spit out of the barrel. Boom, let's go. And then I have so much speed that I peel out into the lagoon in the island. And I keep going on this glass sheet of water on my surfboard all the way, and then I dive in and I swim under the water. And I swim down underneath, under this cave underwater, and I keep swimming. And I visualize myself swimming as I'm meditating. And I am going then to enter this cave, and I end up standing and walking up this ramp in this underwater cave, underground cave. And as I walk up, these machines just put a fucking like dank suit on me, just diced out suit. I get placed on this little platform, and then I step into this elevator perfectly. You know, the whole point of this meditation is to be as detailed as possible. And so, as you can maybe tell, I'm trying to be as detailed as possible and really put me into this specific cerebral place. So I step into an elevator, nice mahogany wood in the elevator, there's a mirror, and I shoot up. And this tropical island just so happens to have a massive, massive mountain. And I go up this elevator, and I'm in the elevator, and then the elevator doors open. And I'm looking at this room that's just this incredibly nice, like man cave, but not a man cave, like just an incredible council room that's like old wood and antiques and busts of Marcus Aurelius and Caesar, and there's these paintings all over the wall, and there's just so much detail that I've put into this over the years that I encourage you to create for yourself, your own detail. And there's a panoramic view of snow-covered mountains as well. So I'm in a completely different place. And I walk in, and there's a triangular table. And I'm sitting at this triangular table, but I'm actually standing, and I am running the council. And Napoleon Hill talked about this, how you are running the council. You run this shit. You run it. And you're running the council. And so you go in, and you've visualized this setting so far. Now, the thing about this meditation is that we want to also have counselors in this council that we have hand chosen based on a few different things. Hand pick your counselors. And this is going to get really interesting. So think of who are the people that inspire me the most, that I have learned from the most. Maybe the people I've listened to their podcasts the most. The people you know the most about, that is what's going to make this really powerful. And so like Napoleon Hill had Thomas Edison and Abraham Lincoln on his council. And that was because he read all their books and he knew them, and he was like really, really tapped into what they were all about. And what's going to happen is this melding of the mind into one mind. And so you create this council based on people that you are inspired by and you know really well. So for example, I've read a lot and have studied a lot about Steve Jobs. So he's on my council. I've read a lot of autobiographies and know a lot about Theodore Roosevelt. He's on my council. I've listened to a lot of Joe Rogan. He's on my council. I've listened to a lot of Jordan Peterson. He's on my council. I have studied Elon at a high level as well. He's on my council. So I've assembled these counselors, and I've placed the left brain thinking counselors on the left side of the council, on the left side of my triangular table. And then I've assembled the right thinking counselors on the right side of the table. And I'm visualizing this, and I'm coming in, and directly across from me at the apex of the triangular table is my highest version, my greatest wise old man self. He's also at the council. And that's something that Napoleon Hill didn't have, but something that I added. And I've had some really, really powerful, like crazy powerful experiences doing this. And so I would say include your highest version, highest, greatest, wise old man version on your council. And when you go in, you know, you're wearing some nice suit perhaps, you stand at your podium of the council, and as you're meditating there, you look at every single person on your council right in the eyes, and you may perhaps be like, Theodore Roosevelt, I am honored to have you on this council. May I, through osmosis and through your teachings, embody your greatest virtues and traits of resilience and grit and discipline, and may I also learn the art of articulation and politics through you. And then I'll go to the next counselor and I'll honor that counselor, and then I'll go to the next counselor and I'll honor that counselor. And this sounds like a process, but it makes it so real. It makes it so fucking real. And so you go through this table. Maybe your table's not a triangle. Maybe it's a nice long mahogany wood table or something. And sorry, I had a 5-day fever. My voice is like, ugh. But if you're here still, you're a real one. Now, what I will do once I have acknowledged each counselor is I will simply present them a question. And then I will sit back and let them go, because they will go. You ask them a question: where am I blind in my life right now? What am I not seeing? What do you guys think is the biggest place for improvement in my life? And then just shut up. And it becomes really crazy, because you don't know who's going to talk, but then someone talks, and then and then they'll start arguing with each other, and then they'll start debating each other. No, he actually should be doing this, and he's fucking looking at his phone all the time, and he's fucking jerking off to porn, and that's what he really needs to. And then someone else will come and be like, no, he's a dude in 2025, it's all good, blah, 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 blah. He needs to be doing this. He needs to be getting his finances together, because that's what's actually causing him so much stress. And you're sitting there and you're thinking, you're like, that's a good point. That's a good point as well. And it just becomes this trip, man. It becomes this crazy meditation, especially if you're doing it fasted, like I did it fasted after 3 days and no food. Whoa. And so it's fascinating because they will begin to analyze you, analyze your life, and you can be like, no, you're done talking, you're done, sit down. Next, I need to hear from some other people here, Jocko, Willink, what do you think? I've got some military guys, I've got some entrepreneurs on there, I've got some podcasters on there, I've got some artists on there, I've got people, and then I got the energy in the room as well, is like Marcus Aurelius, and we got Alexander the Great painting, and we got these different elements that create this certain vibration of the cerebral room within my mind. And so you keep asking them questions, or you just insert yourself into the conversation when you want, and you will ultimately get to some real answers. You're going to get this hive mind, third brain type of thing going on that I believe taps you into the field of infinite intelligence, pure potentiality. You are directly linking yourself psychically to that historical figure or that person, and you are then asking them a question, and you are in this state of receptivity, and you are in this state in the mind that really shouldn't exist. But for whatever reason, imagination is a real thing, and everything we see in this life external to us is just frozen imagination. It used to live in the mind of someone. This whiteboard was an invention in someone's mind until that person made the unmanifest manifest. And what you're doing during this meditation is you are learning about what's possible. And what I wouldn't say that you're getting tapped into an infinite part of the field if I hadn't done this so much, to the point where the intelligence that has come through to me has been like, yo, that was unreal. I cannot believe that just happened in my mind, because that was information I didn't know. I didn't know that information, but fucking Theodore Roosevelt did, and my idea of Theodore Roosevelt did, and then my idea of him has this limitless default to it, this limitless uncapped potential to it, because I know Theodore, but I don't really know Theodore. And then Theodore throws some mad game on me and helps give me so much clarity in my life suddenly. I'm like, oh wow, I didn't think about it that way. You're saying that I need to come to this decision about whether to quit my job or not from a place of strength, not from a place of weakness? Noted. That makes a lot of sense. That means that I need to cultivate strength and clarity and discipline and get to a place where I am standing on strong enough ground in my own business in order to jump off of this boat that was this other business I was working for. And so the point is, it gets real. And Napoleon Hill wasn't joking around when he said he got like, whoa, this is too much, I need to stop. So you want to make sure that you're not placing inferior guides on your counsel. You want to make sure that you're putting people that you would trust with your life, frankly. And when you need to cut through the noise, and when you want to make it another level of intensity, then you will ultimately directly ask the highest and greatest version of you that's sitting across from you. The wise old man. I visualize the wise old man. I got a beard right now, but he's got a big fucking beard and a white one. And he's wise AF. He knows what the fuck is up. And he's looking at me with this like caring, loving look, but he's also like, you're a fucking idiot. And we all know it here at the table, but like, you're dumb. Defer to me, because I know what the fuck is up and I know what's good for you. And I'm sitting there talking, and then I'll ask and I'll be like, well, what do you think? Lay it on me. Honestly, Nick, it's as simple as you putting your phone outside of your room when you're doing deep work. Oh shit, wow. That's a good point. I'm sure you're right about that. And I'm like, I just solved my own problem. I didn't go on YouTube. I didn't go on some podcasts. I didn't look for information outside of me. It happened from within me. And I think that So much of self-development, self-improvement is realizing that you're already good. You already got the keys you need. You already got the information you need. Information is cheap. Going viral is easy. Content and this information machine and all this stuff that we are grasping at. Like, if only I knew, if only this podcast would tell me what I need to do with my life. It's like, you already know. You do already know at a deep level. And this meditation is a way of you revealing that knowingness to yourself. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the subscribe button, download my Breathwork app, Coherence, in the link in the description below. And thank you again for watching. Have a blessed, powerful day. Cheers, everyone.